What's up, everyone? My name is Jesse. This is the Auditorium. I react to video game music for the first time. And today's the debut of a game called Airport CEO. I've never heard of it. We're going to be hearing two songs called Cloud Connection and Like a CEO from the channel Daniel Rosenqvist. And I'm thinking that's the composer because it looks like their official channel. Requested on Patreon by Torrenhire. Thank you very much. And I'm not going to look up anything on this game. I know nothing about it, so I kind of want to keep that that freshness in mind. But both these songs are about 5 or 6 minutes, and I just want to do a little kind of experiment here because just as a random thought that I think is kind of interesting is I'm having like a really bad day today. Everything is annoying me, and it's just one of those like everything sucks kind of days. So I'm really curious how that's going to reflect into this video. And the reason I'm just deciding to record instead of ignore it is music helps. So I'm not going to talk too much. I just want to hear these and we'll see how what happens. But anyways, either way, it's exciting to have a debut. It's always my favorite thing after all this time. Thank you, Torrenhire, for all your hard work. This is the debut of Airport CEO. This is Cloud Connection. It's like layering itself. Thanks, Tor. I feel like I just drank an elixir. Everything's just washing away. Music is the remedy. Always has been, always will be. And sleep. Damn, this is only one song of two. So many cool sound effects. A lot of stuff is happening for a song that's only bouncing between two chords, essentially. Pretty much it, over and over. Just throwing different chord progressions with different instruments. A lot of sound effects, a lot of dynamics. You could easily loop a song like this for like an hour and no problems. Bass hits hard. Oh, there were some finger snaps too. I just heard they're thrown in there. I like that wood block. Fading out? I wasn't expecting a fade out. I was not expecting a fade out. Okay, there we go. Oh, interesting. It's like a hybrid. It was like 90% fade out with a 10% like little outro. You know what this felt like? I don't know. It's very specific. I don't even have words for it. But you've probably experienced it since, you know, you're a human. But you know that feeling? Or maybe you can relate. But like, at least when you're younger, when you're like pouting and having like like it's weird when you're like kind of in bad moods because you kind of want to like stay in a bad mood in some weird way, you know? Obviously everyone wants to like feel better, but there's like this kind of no, like let me be, you know. And so you'll have like a family member or something like try to like cheer you up and like put their arm around you or something and like try to like shake you and you're like slowly starting to smile. That's what this song felt like to me. I'm like, nah, let me be Angie. That song couldn't have come at a better time, you know. And this isn't like a space for me to vent or anything. This is one of like 2 times I've ever admitted that I'm you know, feeling something. But hey, I'm human. A lot of you know, my days are here. I don't get to go home from the office, so to say. Like my office is home, and you know, so sometimes you guys are just gonna see some of that. And I guess I don't know. There's some quote unquote realness that comes with it, because I don't know where I was going with that. It doesn't matter. But the song came at a really good time. The chillness of it, like I totally needed that. Like you wouldn't believe. It was just so good, you know? And the simplicity. I think that's what really drove it home for me. Because for some reason, I had this... Well, here's one thing I want to mention. One more thing about like that little mood thing, because I want to like fixate on it. But you know, the whole expression of like, you know, don't bring your problems to work kind of thing. I'm very much on that train, and you know, so as soon as, and this happens all the time anyways, every time I click play on any single video, a lot of everything in the world just kind of washes away at that moment. You know, I give every song their undivided attention. I try to see what's going on. I try to pretend I'm playing or whatever. You know, I give it its attention because one, that's just what I do normally, which works out for me. But two, you know, I'm aware people have a long wait for these videos and they want to hear what I have to say and what have you. But it's just funny how it happens every single time. Like as soon as it starts, like really nothing matters anymore, and I can just vibe with it. But what I was getting at was there was this like 5% feeling in my head. I'm like, I really kind of hope that whatever I hear is not like overly technical and just a bunch of stuff. And it's not even that I don't like any of that or anything. It's just, again, like I said, when you're in a mood, it's just kind of, it's like things just kind of happen, and you know, like little things that may not get to you will get to you. That's why I'm recording this, is because I want to see like and look back on this someday, and you know, capture this kind of human like emotion I'm going through. And you know, it's already one thing that I've always been like very adamant about just being myself on camera, and that's why I have a lot of comments on YouTube say that like that's kind of why they like this channel and they relate, because I'm not like selling you anything or like, you know, I just try to make it feel like we're like your homies trying to send me like showing me a song. So, you know, I'm probably gonna cringe looking back at this like, oh man, you know, get over it. But at the same time, it's I don't know. I think it's kind of like an interesting little study, you know, how I can see in real time my mood start to kind of shift. And it also happened the other time I mentioned it. There's been plenty of times, by the way, I just never said anything. You know, I'm human too, but there's been plenty of times where either I was like maybe starting to feel sick, or by the way, I haven't been sick since I started doing this because I really try to take care of myself and stay away from people. But you know, just don't feel that great or headache or something, and I just power through these as much as I can. And then also in the other time that I did it, that feeling went away because I was happy. Anyways, the song pretty much is everything I said. Perfect. At this moment, perfect. I don't know what this game is. It says Airport CEO, and I see an airport there, bird's eye view. I would have to assume, random guess, shot in the dark, it's a simulator. Like an airport simulator, which would be interesting. But I don't know, that was just great at that time. It's like perfect timing for that kind of just chill song. One of my favorite songs that you hear often on this channel is, which I featured in VGM Vibes, I don't remember which one, the Aquatic episode. I talked about Bloody Roar 2 and the Aquarium song. And that song is just two chords bouncing back over and over. Dun, dun. And then everything else around it is, you know, expanding the song. This is what this was. This was 6 minutes, essentially, of two chords back and forth. But it doesn't feel like that. It feels like a, I don't know, just a well-orchestrated piece. So, now that I got that off my chest, we move on to the second one. That was sick. Cloud Connection. Seems to be a kind of a pun. Now this one seems like maybe the title of this one seems like a main theme. It's called Airport CEO, but the song is called Like a CEO. Chief Executive Officer. All right, let's go. Like a CEO from Airport CEO. Great selection of sounds too. I have a feeling this is the requester's favorite song of the two. because of what we're hearing right now. The beat sounds a little Latin. Kind of vaporwave too. What a cool soundtrack. I really want to look up footage, but I'm not. I want to leave the mystery there. This might be a long shot, but... Ow. This might be a long shot, but... These all sound like sounds from a Korg keyboard. Guitar introduced. Everything sounds like it can be looped for a long time. You're just chilling forever in this game. Imagine if it's like a super busy game, like an airport is. Oh, new beat coming in? Oh, I didn't even mention the saxophone in the first song, but yeah. Dude, listen to those chords, it's so like... This composer is... They have what it takes. They got that flavor in their blood. I sound like a vampire. Is this menu music? Is this dialogue? Is this gameplay? Who knows? I'm excited for the people that are discovering this with me. They're just as fun as the comments of people that know the game. I feel like I would join a band like this. I spent a long time since I performed live music. I used to do it all the time in my early 20s. All the time. And the only band I've been in like metal bands. But I would love to join like a band just like this. Like just... Even if people weren't paying attention, just me just in a corner with the homies. That sounds fun. Another beat. The chords are incredible. I feel like I can visualize this song. Kind of reminds me of like those like Windows Media Player visualizations or Real Player. Just a bunch of colors swirling around and I just heard organ at the end. Was there organ the whole time? Man, there was a lot of stuff going on in that song that I was not... I mean, dude, I'm gonna be honest, like, both songs, as much as I was paying attention to them, I was just grooving along. I was just that felt, and I mean this in no offensive way possible at all. That felt less like a VGM reaction or VGM song. To me, it just felt like literally a friend showing me a song. Like if I was a coworker or something, be like, "Hey, dude, check this out," you know, and I'm just like, "Ooh, okay, yeah, this is cool." You know what's weird about that? Speaking of that, we're diving deep into like these scenarios of my life. I'm sure most of you, maybe none of you, but you've thought about doing it. Maybe in school, maybe at work, but you've thought about or have done like the idea of sharing a song to just like a coworker, a friend, someone, whatever, you know. And I feel like if you have done that before, it feels like, at least in my case, it's always felt like they're just not interested. Which, of course, you know, people are busy and they're doing their own thing. But there's like this, I don't know. There's like this etiquette, or like how long they should check it out for a couple seconds, and they're like, "Oh yeah, cool, whatever." And every time that it's happened to me, I've noticed I've always given like the complete opposite, and that's not from me trying to do the opposite of like if I did it. It's just how I normally reacted. If someone ever showed me a song through their iPod or something in school or whatever, I would sit there and listen to it, you know, and they would have this kind of face on them, like, "Damn, how long are you gonna hear this for?" And it's almost like they're surprised that I'm listening to something that they wanted to share with me. I don't know if that makes any sense to any of you, but as someone who's like highly observant and sees like behavioral patterns with people, and yeah, I don't know if that's like an introverted thing or something. I've never, you know, talked to anyone about like what I see and what I feel, but every time that I've shown someone something, they're just always like, "Yeah, okay, cool, whatever." So I don't know where I was going with that, but this song is both these songs felt like that. That's where I was going with it. Both these songs felt like, yeah, thanks for showing me this. As far as like gameplay, you know, sometimes lately for the past, I don't know, maybe like half a year, I'll like pull up my phone. It's kind of strange. I noticed this little thing I've been doing. First, it was my notebook. First, I started with no notebook, nothing, the very beginning. And then for like a year or a little more, I had a notebook, which is right there. It's still right there, within reach. And I used to write down my thoughts during the song. And that was mainly just to kind of, you know, like have some talking points on something. But I didn't ever even needed it, you know, like. And then I stopped using the notebook, and I just kind of wanted to be more involved. And then I noticed, without even thinking about it, the notebook got replaced by me like just Googling stuff. And I'll bring out my phone and something. So I need to stop doing that too, because I kind of like, I know it's not news to anyone, but I really don't like to know anything. And you may be wondering why or how, after all this time. It's been 3 years now. That is how it's been 3 years. I thought by now, for sure, after 3 years of me doing this, I'd be like no longer surprised by stuff, maybe slightly burnt out, just kind of doing it just to do it, whatever, you know, just these kind of like pessimistic views, because that's what I'm used to, or I was used to. The reason I'm talking about this is because it's like changing my mood from kind of crappy to good, and there's a reason why. It's because of songs like this. The ignoring stuff, the not looking stuff up, the, you know, like the songs going like in and out of my head as soon as the video's over because I move on to the next. All those things and many other factors go into keeping like the reactions as organic as possible, and keeping the fire lit, so to say, and the interest going. And I never feel bored. I never feel, it's cool. Like I genuinely love what I do. And I feel very lucky on that. And when I get reminded of that, my mood's gonna go up, you know? So these songs, while I have nothing in my mind as far as video game context. It totally changed my mood, at least for the time being, and really reminded me like, hey, you know, it could be so much worse, and really your problems are not that big of a deal. Yeah. So I take this stuff seriously, man. You know, actually ask the requester that sent this. They're one of my moderators. They know how, ask any of my mods how seriously I take it. I don't even, I ask them all the time to like verify links for me and do stuff, because I don't even want to hear like 2 seconds of like the intro or something. I'll have them like verify stuff if it's the same, you know what I mean? I just don't want to know things. And they've helped me, and it's been 3 years, so that's another thing I'm grateful for, is my moderators. They've been around since the beginning, and they're still here, so shout out Torn and everyone else, and you guys for watching, because I don't know, it's just one of those days. Who cares? Whatever. Songs are fantastic. Nothing came to mind video game wise. I can't even imagine what kind of game this is, but if you played it, let me know. And if you discover the song, let me know. And if you heard all the rantings, thanks. You're not obligated to. I know you can just skip through all this crap. But it's cool to know that, I don't know, I can just be like a real human being on YouTube. I don't have to be a robot. Make sure to like, comment. I'm kidding. Thank you guys for making my day better already. Thank you to all my Patreons here. Cannot be here without them. Thank you to Daniel Rosenquist for the songs. I'll see you all later in the auditorium. Take it easy.